Hi friends, my name is Omkar Jagdare and I'm coming at you from Detroit, Michigan. Today I'm going to talk to you about H1B denials, and if you have been denied your H1B, you are the person I'm talking to today. But before we get started, I would really appreciate if you can give me a thumbs up to the video. It allows me to reach out to more immigrants just like you. Not only that, I will set a goal for myself. By the end of this year, I would like to reach out to 50,000 subscribers, 50,000 immigrants on a weekly basis. And I would really appreciate if you can support me on this journey. So if you have been denied your H1B one time, two time, or your third time, you are the person I'm talking to today. So here's the thing, let's talk about you. So you have been denied H1B first time. What are your options? Here's the thing, what I'm going to tell you. Things are not that bad yet. It's not that bad. It's not the end of the world. You have been denied only one time. That's fine. So here is what you do for next couple of years. Okay. Number one thing, I would say start saving some money. Okay, if you haven't saved any money yet, if you are not worrying about your finances, you don't care about savings, this is the time for you to start caring about it. As a matter of fact, let me tell you something, folks. The more money you have in your bank account, as you go forward with your H1B and your immigration, the more peace of mind you're going to have. Because let's say if your visa is denied 2 times or 3 times and you don't even have $20, $30, $40,000 in your savings, you are going to be stressed because of immigration issues, and you are also going to be stressed out because of your financial situation. So you don't want to be stressed out with 2 problems at one point. Okay, so this is my recommendation: start saving money. I would honestly encourage you to save about $500 to $1,000 a month going forward, starting today. Okay, now third thing, here's what I tell. Okay, so why do you plan early? Why are you planning so fast, so early? Here's why the reason. There is a saying: if you prepare well during the time of peace, you'll have to bleed less during the time of war. That is the reason I'm saying save $30, $40, $50,000. I know it's a big amount, but you have to become creative. You have to think. You have to start adding every single dollar to your future, and that is very, very critical, folks. I wish I had $30,000 when my third time visa was denied, and I'm going to talk to you about what happened to me and how I was able to figure out my way in US. Okay, but second, let's say 1 year from now, 1 year from today, this is second time you have been denied your visa. It's sad, too bad for you. Hey, you know what? I've been through that. So here's what you do now. Number one thing, you start looking at other options. Number one option I would look into is Canada. Now, Canada is not US. I know that. Canada may not be America. I didn't come to America to go to Canada. I understand. But Canada may be the best option for you right now at this point of time. It's a backup option. So what I would do is start looking into Canadian PR, Canadian citizenship. What are your options? Start looking into that. Hire a lawyer and start your immigration process. It will cost you about $3,000 to $4,000 for everything. If you do it by yourself, you might be even able to do it in $1,500 to $2,000. I have a friend of mine who did it by himself. He's in Toronto right now. He's working for a great company and he's doing really well. Okay, now third option, talk to your company. Now, if your company is a global company and they have offices in Canada, in US, you may be able to work from Canada. So let's say if next year your visa is denied, you may be able to go to Canada, work there for a year. In the meantime, your company can apply for your immigration again, your H1B, and you can get accepted next year. Now, fourth option, apply for your green card. Talk to your company and see if you can apply for your green card. Now, this is a little bit tricky because it depends on company to company. But let's say your company is really nice and they really love you, they want to keep you for a long term. This may be a good option because you have applied for H1B twice and it has been rejected. What is the chance that it's gonna get accepted next time? This is how you talk to your company. You tell them that it's very important that we start up our green card application, because let's say if next year it's denied again, you don't have to wait on your hands and think, what are we gonna do now? So you should plan now and tell them that, if we apply for my green card right now, by the time next year rolls up, by the time a year, 18 months from today, I will have my I-140 approved. I can start working. I can continue working for unlimited amount of time on my H1B. So that is what it will allow you to do. Okay, so I would suggest that. Now, let's say things are really bad for you and this is your third attempt and you got denied. Well, you know what, friend, I've been there and I know it's too bad. And most probably you might be even depressed. You might think like everything in US, everything in the world is against you. Things are like there are conspiracies against you. People don't want you to stay in America. American system is not for you, and everything is against you. And you know what, I feel that. But here is the thing, folks. Snap out of it. This is what I would say. Yeah, pity parties are great, but understand one thing about pity party is nobody comes to a pity party, and you're gonna be by yourself. So the best thing you can do for yourself is figure out if you want to stay in America, and figure out if you want to stay in America, how you are going to do that. Now, if you want to stay here, here's what I'm going to suggest you. This is what I did. I had already started looking into Canada option, but that is something I didn't want to do. Okay, now I'm a risk taker. I don't know about you. You may not be as risk taker as I am. My goal was either it's America or it's nothing. As a matter of fact, I was going to fight till my last tooth. If they were dragging me out, man, I was going to fight it out. I was going to fight for every single penny, every single sweat, every single day I had put into America. I was going to fight for it. I was going to stay here no matter what. I was going to figure out a legal, ethical way to stay in America. And that's what I did. I looked into Canada option and I didn't like that. It was too late also by that time because my third time was denied. And so this is what I did. I talked to a lot of people and I found out that you can actually go to a university that gives you day one CPT. Now, what is day one CPT? Before we get into that, I know here's the thing, folks. A lot of people will tell you that, oh, this is illegal, this is that, this is not what government wants you to do. All of those things and all of those information is great, fine and dandy. If you are the one who have done it and then say illegal, then I will listen to you. But I have done it and I have gone through this situation and I have been approved my H1B after that. So here's I'm gonna tell you it's legal. It's accredited by the US government. You don't have to worry about it. So here's what I would suggest. Find a university. I'll put a link for a couple of universities. I'll put a referral link for a couple of universities in the link. They're not promoting me or anything like that. It's my personal link because I went to one of the universities. I'm still studying there, as a matter of fact. But here's the thing. What I would do is find out one of these universities and take an admission there and start attending classes. Once you start attending classes, you'll get a day one CPT. It's part of the curriculum. So this doesn't mean you can work in any field and show that your curriculum is related to that. For example, I went to school for project management, Masters of Science in Project Management. In my company, I was working as an assistant project manager. I was a civil engineer, but I was doing a lot of roles of assistant project manager. And that way I qualified for this program because of my role, because of the work I was doing in my company. Now, this is what you want to do. Don't take easy options out. Don't take illegal things. If your work is in computer science, look if you can get an MS-IT degree. There is degrees for that. So go into a field, start a degree on day one CPT which is related to your field. And that's my suggestion to you. Find a university, and then while you're doing this, you can apply for your H1B again. Your company can apply, and that's what happened to me on my fourth attempt in my CPT. My company applied for my H1B and I got accepted. But here's the thing, after application to H1B, I got an RFE. RFE is request for evidence, that they wanted to know that I actually attended this university and I was not fooling them. So I had to actually provide them all the details of my flight tickets to my college. I would attend my college regularly. I didn't take shortcuts. I went to college. I had my Airbnb tickets. I had my receipts. I had my restaurant receipts. I had my parking lot tickets. Wherever I went, I collected those receipts. And when this evidence was asked of me, I sent all of these documents. USCIS actually after that looked at all these documents and they approved my H1B. Now, I was fortunate on my fourth try, but guess what, folks? I have a lot of friends who were not fortunate on their fourth try as well. So here's what my message is for you. You don't leave, you don't give up until you get your H1B or you figure out another way to stay here. That's what my message is. So I have friends who have completed 5 years and they have gotten denied, and one of them is doing his third master's in US. This is his 6th attempt for his H1B. So you know what, let me tell you something. If you think you're in a really bad case, there's always someone in US who has been in your place and who is going through even tough times, but they have figured out a way to work, make it work for themselves. So that's what all I'm gonna say to you, that there's always a way to figure out, but the question is how far you are willing to go with it. Okay, saying that, another option, the last option in my opinion is, let's say you have a partner, you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or a fiance here, and that fiance has already figured out their immigration. Maybe they are on H1B, they are on green card, or they are a citizen here. The best thing what you guys can do is get married. It was going to happen eventually, but you can just fast forward this by a couple of months, couple of years, and get married. Because what that will do for you is, if you are an H1B or green card, you may be able to get your H4 visa and be able to stay here legally. And if your partner has a citizenship, then yeah, you know what, you are actually like a son-in-law or a father, like daughter-in-law for Uncle Sam, and hey, you are very fortunate and good for you. So, but here's the thing, folks, I always say this, don't do this option thinking that, don't misuse it. That's what I'm saying. If you don't have a partner, don't go out seeking for it and doing this thing, because shortcuts don't go far. People who take shortcuts don't go far. My mentor said that to me once. And so also, not only that, understand one thing, folks. US is a infinite game. Look at this as a long-term game. It's not a 1 year, 2 year plan. It's a 40-year plan. You are here to save for the rest of your life. So if you do the right things now, you will get the right results. Even if for some reason, let's say you get denied and you have, they don't want you to stay here and you have to go to Canada, that's fine. Couple of years, you get your permanent residency, and within a year after that, you can get your citizenship. And couple of years you work there, and then you can get a TN visa and come back to US. So within 4 years, 5 years, you can be back in US working. And then you can do your application and everything. Within another 2, 3, 4, 5 years, you can get your green card and citizenship. So things can always work out for you if you make them work out for you. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some mistakes I did, folks, while I was doing this. Rule number 1, I didn't save money. I was foolish, I was not good with my money, and that's one mistake I would suggest. Don't do that, folks. Be wise, understand, the smartest person is the person who uses other people's experience to get ahead. Yes, experience is a great teacher, but someone else's experience is even the better teacher, in my opinion. So don't do that mistake. By the time I realized 3rd year, that's when I had got my mind right. That's when I had started saving money. It took me a little bit while to save a lot of money. I had to cut down a lot of things, but I wish I had $30,000-$40,000 saved up by the time my 3rd application was rejected. If you would be in that position, hey, you know what? It's golden. You don't have to worry, because you can go to masters. You have a lot of ways you can figure it out. Second thing I did not do, which I was wrong, was I didn't take information. I didn't take information from people, what to do, how to do it. If something goes wrong, what to do, basically. I didn't look into Canada. I didn't do my due diligence. That was one of the biggest mistakes. And that is what I talk about. I didn't plan well. If you don't plan well, folks, you're gonna end up in trouble. I hope this is not your 3rd attempt. You have been rejected and now you're started to looking option. Then you're gonna be just like me, because that's when I started looking at options. But still, it's not the end of the world. You can still stay in America. Understand one thing, folks. America is made for immigrants. The system is made for immigrants. Everybody in America is an immigrant. 95%, 98% of people in America came as immigrants. So don't let other people stop you from living here. Don't let the system stop you from living there. As a matter of fact, if you really understand, the system is made for you to stay here. The American education system is saying, go to college and you can stay here. Use the system for your advantage. Go to another university, take another degree. That's fine. You will give them money, but you know what? They're giving you an opportunity to stay in America. For example, I remember a friend of mine and I, together we came to America. And he was complaining, when in my first semester, he used to complain a lot, like, oh, in India, I can use this toothpaste for 20 rupees, and in US, I have to pay $2 for this toothpaste. Understand, I remember talking about this to one of my mentors, and he said, you know what that $2 toothpaste gives you? It gives you an opportunity to live in America and to make money in America. And that's the reason you pay that $2. And that's the way I look at colleges and the universities. The money I'm paying to them, they are giving me an opportunity to stay in America and make a living here and be an immigrant and eventually be a citizen. And that's what I'm going to say to you, that this is the opportunity for you. This is what America provides you. And I think it's, at the end of the day, everything is worth it, in my opinion, obviously. But I think that's pretty much what I had for you. I had a great time talking to you. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, put it in the comment section. I'll get back to you. If you feel down, if you want to talk to me personally, you have some questions, you have some concerns, connect with me on my Instagram at omkar_a_jagdare. I look forward to hearing from you. But I had a great time talking to you, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Bye.